Now to a NEWS4 I-team investigation, a deadly risk facing drivers right in front of them, but often undetected.
That's right. We're talking about blind zones, not the ones on the sides or behind your vehicle, but straight ahead.
I looked everywhere at first, screaming, and then I saw him and I ripped him out from under the car.
Tonight, a Virginia mother shares her unimaginable story with the NEWS4 I-team to warn others about what she did not see and how that day forever changed her family. Consumer investigative reporter Susan Hogan with a story we hope you'll think about the next time you get behind the wheel.
So tell me a little bit about where we are right here. Talk to me a little bit about your gardens.
So this is Hudson's Memorial Garden. We transformed it.
When you're walking around in Hudson's garden, what are you thinking, reflecting on?
It's a time for my mind to be quiet. It's peaceful for me. That's why I did it.
For Jackie Foshi, the memories in this spot of her son Hudson are both beautiful and painful.
He loved picking flowers for me.
Hudson, do another one. Do another one. There you go.
He loved, know what I do. He made me laugh.
Are you crazy?
She called him an old soul.
He lived large. He wasn't scared. I miss that personality.
Thank you.
But on January 8th, 2019, a tragic accident in this very spot changed the journey for this family.
He opened the gate and I drove very slowly, all the way up. And then he wasn't there. I thought he was getting the mail, and your worst nightmare, he was under the car.
Hudson run over by the family SUV, his mom behind the wheel in disbelief.
I looked everywhere at first, screaming, and then I saw him and I ripped him out from under the car. And I was hoping he was joking, but he wasn't. I never saw him.
The 4-year-old died from his injuries, joining a growing list of children hurt or killed in this country because the driver didn't see them.
You never feel like a good parent again. You're never whole.
Jackie said her family bought the large SUV thinking it would be safer, but found she did have trouble sometimes seeing around it.
I can't tell you how many times I had hit his bike. They're so tall and so big, and you just can't see it. You're so high up in the air.
That's because as vehicles have gotten larger in this country, so have the blind zones, says Michael Brooks with the Center for Auto Safety.
The fact is, Americans are buying gigantic cars, and that's part of the issue.
Brooks says these larger blind zones have led to an increase in child fatalities and injuries.
These vehicles aren't getting smaller, their grills are getting higher, and I've heard from a lot of short drivers that are having trouble even seeing over some of these larger hoods.
According to the latest data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in 2015, there were 366 deaths and 15,000 injuries due to forward-moving vehicles, also known as frontovers, all of them occurring on private property, like driveways.
There's a large zone in front of the vehicle where you can't see something that's the height of a child, even the height of 2 or 3 children lined up.
And the NEWS4 I-team is about to show you how that blind zone might be bigger than you think. Surprising this group of Virginia parents who agreed to let their children demonstrate the potential risk of one SUV.
Are we rolling?
With Mom Christy Whedon behind the wheel, one by one.
Do you see anything right now?
Nope, I don't see anything.
We lined them up.
I don't see anything, no.
1, 2.
How about now, Christy?
No.
3, 4, 5.
Is this your daughter?
Mm-hmm, that's mine.
6, 7, 8.
This is our 9th child.
9?
We're up to 9 kids.
Oh my goodness.
Our final little boy. Do you see him?
I don't see him at all.
It wasn't until we ran out of kids and moved the first little boy to the 10th spot that she spotted anything.
Just barely, yep. I see from his eyes up, that's it.
The blind zone, a startling 16 feet. That reality for these moms and dads, a sickening feeling.
Wow, that's a lot of kids. And they're not squished up either.
Does this change your perspective when you get into your car again?
Yes, it absolutely does.
I mean, it really shows the need for cameras on the front of cars or sensors at the very least.
By 2018, all American-made cars were required to have backup cameras just like this one. But there's no law that requires vehicles to have front cameras like this.
And according to Brooks, few manufacturers include front cameras or 360-degree cameras as standard equipment. Most are only found in luxury vehicles.
I think the part that frustrates me most is seeing safety technology sold as a luxury when everyone should have it.
I have multiple cameras.
After Hudson's death, Jackie traded in her SUV for a smaller one and paid extra to have a front camera installed. Technology she thinks could have saved his life.
The technology that's out there and that I have in my new vehicles, he would still be here. He would.
In the 3 years since he's been gone,
I miss everything. I couldn't even pick out one thing.
most of the original driveway is covered, grass and flowers now blooming, where the family lost so much.
We believe, and I hope Hudson's life can help save other people. I know he would have liked that.
Hudson's family created a scholarship in his name at the preschool he loved so much. They also helped to build a playground. Now, experts say even if your vehicle has a 360-degree camera, you should still do what I'm doing, walk around the entire car before getting in and driving it. I'm Susan Hogan, News 4 I-Team.
So much for every parent to learn in that report. The I-Team reached out to the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, which is a trade association and a lobbying group representing auto manufacturers. A spokesperson said that this, quote, safety is the auto industry's top priority. Vehicles continue to get safer as automakers across the board test, develop, and integrate new technologies that can save lives or prevent injuries, end quote.